I'll talk about how you can get hundreds of topics fast and how you can save money on keyword research without sacrificing the quality of the process itself. We're gonna talk about why I need keyword research, what is the importance of search intent. We're gonna show you our battle-tested keyword research process. We're gonna show you how we automated it for you to use, and we're gonna talk about how you can hire your first writer to get that content production started. Hey everyone, my name is Boyan. I'm part of an amazing group of people who grew 4 projects from 0 to 100K organics per month in the last 2 years. The biggest one was Do Not Pay, which we grew from 0 to 1.5 million organics per month in 24 months with over 120,000 keywords ranking on page 1. And we're currently working on 4 more projects going in the same direction. But traffic is not worth a lot if it's not qualified traffic. Our campaign helped drive $210 million in Series B valuation. We did all of this without building any new backlinks and just with a little bit of technical BS. That same team hired over 100 writers in the last 2 years. We published 8,000 pages, generating over 15 million organic visitors in 2021 alone. Our content production philosophy is straightforward. Battle-tested keyword research process, high quality content, and high content velocity. If you want to know more about content velocity, especially to check out our case study from 0 to 1.5 million organics per month, make sure to check out the links in the description. In this video, I'm going to show you how we do data-driven keyword research and how we automate the process to get it down to one person doing it in one day. If you want to check out our process right away, please jump to this timecode. Before that, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications. We intend to share everything we learned about content ops and SEO in the last 2 years. Thanks a lot. What is keyword research and why do you need it? Keyword research is a process of discovering all of the ways that your target audience is searching for your service, product, or content using search engines. To put it simply, people are typing into Google to find what you want them to find, your page. And here's why you need it. Keyword research allows you to find the best opportunities to prioritize your content production, allows you to design a content plan, and helps you project your content production budget. To execute on quality keyword research, you need to understand the search intent of your targeted audience. Search intent, very loosely and broadly defined, is associated with a goal a user wants to achieve while navigating a search engine, namely Google in our case. A lot of times, that goal is acquiring knowledge, finding more information. To use an example, if I'm creating content around bicycles, maybe I'm an affiliate, maybe I'm a business owner. I already know that my audience would be interested in workouts for cyclists. The more ways you can get inside of the head of your imagined searcher, the better you will understand their search intent. You can do that in numerous ways. Here are the most important ones, at least in my view. Talk to a subject matter expert. In a lot of cases, that's actually going to be you. Analyze competition. Someone who has already created content around the topics that you want to target. Look at what they're doing, and that will give you ideas. Number 3, start searching on your own and get creative. Listen, you can get away with not doing number 1 or number 2, but number 3, you have to do it. Don't worry, I'm here to show you how with battle-tested keyword research process. Here's how our team does keyword research for all of our projects. Mind you, outside of myself and our CEO Nick, no one had any previous SEO experience. They learned keyword research the same way I'm going to teach you. I want to show you how I start keyword research with just a piece of paper, a spreadsheet to be precise. Okay, I'm going to start with this intake and a spreadsheet where we're going to suppose that I'm making a website for bicycle enthusiasts. What I want to do is identify my main terms. So those are the terms that I'm going to be expecting to appear in every single keyword that I want to target. And look, it's bicycle, bicycles, bike, bike, cyclist, cyclists, etc., etc. So you want to have all of the forms of the words in your main keyword, and that way you can catch a broader set of keywords. Now, the next thing that I want to identify is some other terms that are going to appear simultaneously with the main ones in the keywords that I'm researching. So what I love doing is just starting with questions and generic terms. They're going to depend on what type of keyword research you're doing. But in my case, generic are going to be beginner, intermediate, learn, find out, etc., etc. That's something you can build upon even more, together with all of the questions that you're seeing here in this column. Now, the same thing with transactional. You can research some more, but I've scoped buy, buying, purchase, get, find, etc. Then here are two verticals that are very interesting to me, and that is repair and working out. For this website, I'm gonna target everything that's related to repairing bicycles, because maybe I'm going to be selling parts, or maybe because I'm going to create content for an affiliate website. Another interesting vertical could be workout. I know that my audience, because I'm targeting people who like to ride bikes, are people who are into sports. So I'm going to look into interesting terms that go together with my main ones. Here's an example: cardio, spin, legs, core, so on and so on. You can build out this even more, either by continuing the good old keyword research, getting more research from your competitors, or interviewing a subject matter expert. But this is not a keyword list. We want to build out a keyword list, and for that, I'm going to use Ahrefs. More specifically, I'm going to use Ahrefs Keyword Explorer, and I'm just going to copy and paste the main terms. Click search. So bicycle, bicycles, bike, bikes. Then I'm gonna go to matching terms, and that's going to give me all of the keywords in Ahrefs database that contain the terms that I listed above. Now, if I want to do my repair vertical, I'm gonna copy and paste all of these terms under repair that you see here, and I'm going to use the include function. I'm gonna choose any word because I want to capture all of them. Paste it right here, apply, and there we go. That's my list of keywords and the ways that people are searching for how to repair or fix their bicycles. I can refine this list a bit more by doing even additional research in my intake and having even more include terms. Another thing I can do here is use the exclude function, and just to demonstrate how that works, I'm going to exclude the word near so we don't incorporate the local keywords that contain the phrase near me. And there you go. That's your list of keywords. This took less than 30 minutes for me to prepare, and I know virtually nothing about bicycles. Now the question is, how many pages should I create, and what should be the keywords that I target for those pages? Here's the thing. Now comes the hard part. You need to have a look at what the competitors are doing. You need to decide which pages you're gonna target. You need to align that with the budget somehow. You need to have a team that's gonna work with you in order to start publishing. So many unknowns. But then there's that decision. What are the keywords that I'm gonna group? And for which ones am I going to create pages? That's a gut decision, and it's not a data-driven decision. But this is something that we have solved, and this is something that has given us results again and again. It's our grouping tool, Cluster AI. In 2021 alone, we've researched over 200 verticals, and Cluster AI users imported over 3,000 keyword lists. All right, this is Cluster AI, and it cannot be more simple to use, especially if you have done your keyword research the way I have shown you. So let's go back and get our CSV export from Ahrefs. Here is an interesting tip. We have over 500,000 keywords on this list. Ahrefs has this huge database of keywords which have 0 to 10 value. I'm going to exclude them for the purposes of this exercise, so we don't group them. I'm just gonna say minimum 10 here, apply, show results. Our projects have shown that if we target the higher volume keywords, the zero volume ones will follow, and you will be able to identify them in Google Search Console. But more on that in a different video that's coming soon. Okay, so there's over 60,000 keywords. I'm going to export the list right here, and I'm going to choose just the first 10,000 rows to show you what the grouping is going to look like. I'm going to click export, and then the next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to import this into Cluster AI. Here is the list. All right. So going back to Cluster AI, import CSV. I'm going to choose Ahrefs because that's what I'm importing today. We have different types of imports here. You can also choose a country which Google you're analyzing, but default is United States. I can add an additional recipient here. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to add an Ahrefs URL. And what is that? Well, that's actually something we put in for you to be able to identify what kind of includes and excludes you've done here, so you remember what your research was. So that's why we have that slot here, just to save that for you. All right, so I'm going to choose the file, and it's going to be the bicycles right here that I've just downloaded. So let's choose that. I'm going to click submit, and it's going to import the data. There it is right here. And as you guys can see, I have already processed this. And if your Cluster AI looks a bit different, don't get confused. That's because I showing you my development platform. Cluster AI is going to start processing. You can see here how fast this is going. I just did this upload in real time for you guys to see just how powerful our processing speed has become. And this now is going to take a few minutes, probably 10 or 15. So let's fast forward. And we're back. Here, tire pump is almost at the end, 92%. I'm gonna download this guy that I've prepared the day before for you guys. As you can see, a CSV will get downloaded right there with your groupings. What you see on your screen right now is numbers, but I have moved it to a Google Sheets to show you guys what this is. So what Cluster AI is going to give us back is something we call the keyword opportunity analysis, because it is an analysis of keyword opportunities. Now, the first column is going to contain your main keyword. The third column is going to contain all of the variations that have been grouped together with the main keyword. And the column in the middle is going to show you the aggregated volume of all of the keywords in one grouping. Now, that's something we fetched from Ahrefs, from that import, but that's the last thing we fetched from there. Everything else is done by our algorithm, analyzing search engine result pages and comparing them to each other. So what does that mean? Well, that virtually means that every row in this spreadsheet that you see here is a possible page that you can create. Now, let me talk about this deliverable a bit. I have highlighted here 3 pages that I, as someone who's simulating this, let's say, new website about bikes and repair, how I would approach topic selection here, and I just highlighted 3. Check this out. Row number 7 here is bike frame size chart. Just by the looking at the variations right here, and there we go. What I can tell you right away is that this is going to be an article that's going to contain a lot of structured data. I mean, simple structured data. Most notably, I'm gonna probably create several spreadsheets that will contain all of the sizes that exist there. Another interesting thing is that I should probably do this for centimeters and inches as well. And then there is going to be certain informational content here, like what size bike frame should I get, or what frame size do I need. So you're going to present the data, give all the value, and then continue adding value with information, answering these questions. And we're going to talk more about implementing keywords on page in the next video. But check out the second highlighted topic that I have here. This one seems similar, but according to Cluster AI, the best chance you get to rank is to create a separate page for this topic, which is how to measure bike frame size. And what I find interesting here is maybe, everything's easy to decide in hindsight, but I'm trying to illustrate a point with these two topics. What if you're exploring a niche you're not very familiar with? Imagine how much of work would grouping these keywords be, and then in the end you would need to guess. You would need to just publish this page and not be quite sure what you're gonna do here and what you're gonna achieve. All right. So look how much clear this is when we look at the variations. You need to answer questions people have, such as how to determine bike frame size. Then how is it measured? Something a bit more general, I guess. And then how does one measure a certain bike frame? And finally, let me show you the third one, and it contains the most general keyword that people would want to rank on. And sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. My mic got messed up a bit. Okay. Look at the variations here. Bike frame, bike frames, bicycle frames, but then, here we go. Transactional keywords. What I can tell you right away without even looking here is that the most of the competition ranking for this most general term is actually, this is most probably, even without checking, a landing page with product listings. Now, if I'm someone, and this is what I mean by planning things out, not only what you will do, but what you maybe don't want to do early in your production is, yes, I will create this page to be able to start the ranking countdown, but looking at other opportunities here, there are things, here you go, how to measure bike wheel size. Again, something interesting and quite cool for this vertical. I'm gonna have to create this page, but I can expect rationally that I'm not gonna be able to compete for these for these huge money keywords sooner, but rather later. And that's also gonna help me plan content production. Again, we're gonna talk about this more in the next videos, but you know what? This also seems to be a huge article. Maybe I just get it out the door with all of the information via, FAQs and a table that I can embed in the article that will present this chart, publish it, start the ranking countdown, and then add on content as I go. Instead of, poking in the dark, creating a separate page for each and every single one of these keywords, which I'm not going to be successful in the end because the competition is ranking on page one with just one page with all these keywords. And there you go. Please like and subscribe, and I'll tell you what. If we hit 50 comments on the video, I'll share the grouping with everyone to download and use. But for those of you who comment, I want that content plan, and sign up for Cluster AI, it's a free trial, there's no credit card needed, link will be in the description. You can win 10K credits and a strategy session with me. We'll go ahead and make a content plan for you. Consider doing that, and I'll pick a random winner from the comments. And there you go. The only thing you need to do is make a content calendar by prioritizing topics from the groupings. Our team has an amazing topic selection process, and it's outlined in our Content Ops framework. You can go ahead and check that. It's going to be linked in the description below. Now that you have a content plan, you need to start producing content. And that means you need to hire a writer. To get that perfect hire, you have to interview a lot of people. Let me show you how you build a consistent stream of writers on autopilot. Workello is optimized for you based on our experience of evaluating thousands of writers and hiring hundreds. That means that your job description, your writing tests, and your candidate notification emails are ready to go, which means you're ready to start accepting candidates within 3 minutes of signing up for Workello. The next step is to distribute your job ad across the internet. Where you post your job ad will depend on what kind of writers you want to hire and what kind of content they need to produce. And we have a bunch of hiring resources that we used to build our own content team. Candidates will find a job ad that you've distributed across the internet, and they will complete their application right there on Workello. Once they complete their application, candidates start streaming into your hiring dashboard, and everybody's sorted by status, so you know exactly what to do next. Once candidates are in your hiring dashboard, that's it. There's no more fumbling across different apps and platforms and DMs and emails and so on and so on and so on. To politely reject a candidate, point and click. Send a test, point and click. To invite to an interview, send an offer, whatever you want, it's all done through your hiring dashboard by pointing and clicking. Workello includes an automated pre-screen test to screen candidates. Workello also includes a candidate status page. And this is important because when you have hundreds of candidates, you get dozens of questions. And then the entire experience is optimized like a sales funnel. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. If you found this video useful, please consider sharing it with someone who will also learn from it. I'll see you in the next one. This is just the beginning. Peace.